welcome back to Mum Hack Monday. I'm Harriet from Toby and Roo, and I am going to be doing a come shop with me this week. The reason that I wanted to do this is because I use my shopping to meal plan. I've always done it this way. I sit with the app and I work out exactly what I want to order so that we have minimal waste, we save money, and it saves me a whole load of time. So let's go. Okay, so I'm going to go through some of the bits as I go, and then I'm going to tell you what I use them for, how I've thought to order them, that kind of thing. So these here, chocolate eclairs, I order these every single week as a little after school treat for the kids. We have one just once a week and they absolutely love them. They know that when the Tesco delivery comes home, Mummy's ordered them an eclair, and it's just, yeah, one of those fun family traditions. We also have these Just Roll pastries. If you have not tried them, oh my goodness, you need to try them. I'm obsessed with them. So I get the pain au chocolat and I get the croissant, and they are just, oh, amazing. They are our Saturday or Sunday breakfast, depending on what we're doing on that weekend, because quite often we have football games and that sort of thing. So they are like our chill out treat breakfast that we just have when we're all together as a family. And the kids like jam, which is not actually why I've got this apricot conserve. That is for dinner tonight, which is going to be a sticky chicken and rice. It's like a curry. Sounds really odd, but actually I think it's really nice. I've already got the coconut milk in. So what I did, one of my top meal planning tips, is to look at what is in your cupboard and then build a meal around that. It'll save you money, and it'll also stop you from wasting loads of stuff in the back of your cupboard. I have about 5 tins of coconut milk. I always keep lots of coconut milk on tap because a quick curry in the pressure cooker is so simple and easy. It's unreal. Bit of chicken, bit of coconut milk, some curry powder, and then you can add extra bits to it if you want to, but you are done within about 8 minutes. And then you just shred the chicken or chop the chicken and you're good to go. It's one of those when they've all rushed in from after school club and you think, ugh, I've got nothing on the planner, I've got nothing prepared, and away you go, you're done. I've got some wafer thin honey roast ham. I like the honey roast ham and the kids won't eat smoky ham, so we get honey roast ham. I get 2 packets of that a week for the 3 kids and 2 loaves of bread. I also get winders, and then these, I prefer these, the fruit bowl fruit peelers. I get raspberry and strawberry. Edith will not eat fruit. No matter what I do, I can dress it up, I can make it look beautiful. She will not eat fruit. It's like she knows that it's fruit and she just won't touch it. Whereas the boys have got mango, they've got melon, we've got some more apples, we've got some more bananas, we've got underneath here strawberries. We get 3 packets of peppers because I end up chopping up peppers for stir fries for myself throughout the week. I like a good stir fry at lunch, which is why I've got some mange too. I've also got peppers in loads of different recipes, and peppers for me are one of the easiest things to hide if you have a veggie hater. They will mash down, melt down, chop tiny. They're just one of those vegetables that I think are so easy to disguise. You can blend them into a bolognese, you can put them in a curry. Peppers are my #1 go-to, and carrots. Peppers and carrots, we go through so many carrots. They are the #1 for just blending them down, getting some extra vitamins and veggies in there, and knowing that the kids are going to have something, especially when they're veggie deniers like Edith. We've got strawberries. Back to the stir fries that I like to do through the week. I quite like spring onions because they're quick and easy, and I can also chuck them in a salad. I've got some spring onions this week because we're going to have some fajitas. I use the stand and stuff ones or the pockets because it makes less mess, and I am all here for less mess. We do have normal wraps as well, but when it comes to fajitas, I just think it's so much easier to have a normal bowl shape for the kids that they can just pick up and humph. So that is going to be on Wednesday. Now, another one of my tips for meal planning is to look at the who and the when. If you're going to have your kids at home from school time, you've maybe got a bit more time to play with your meal, you could maybe get them involved in some cooking, weekends, maybe you can make pizza together. But if you are coming home from after school club and you are already half an hour late for what would normally be their dinner time, the last thing you want to do is to sit around trying to do meal prepping. It's just absolute nightmare, and I've done it so many times where I've put something on the meal planner that's going to take me maybe even 20-30 minutes to prep, not a particularly long time, but where I will be constantly hearing, "Mummy, is it done yet? Mummy, is it done yet? Mummy, is it done yet? Is it done yet? Is it done yet?" And it's just really grates on you. It really grates on you. So brilliant tip is to make sure that you think about your who, your when, and if there's food that they don't like. If I'm going to do something like a big chunky veg stir fry, that's great for the boys and for me, but I know that Edith will hate it. Adam will tolerate it, but it might not be his favourite. He's really not into fish, so what's the point in me cooking like a fish curry or something if he's going to be there? He hates it. So I look at the who, the what and the when, and I go from there. We have, for lunch boxes, a few different snacks, and then I tend to send my kids with hot lunch boxes. I have a video about different lunchbox ideas and things. I often make my own cakes, but when I just want something quick, I love these kind of mini rolls. They make a huge difference to just grab and go. These Mr. Kiplings were on offer this week as well, so I grabbed some Mr. Kiplings because they're individual cakes that you can just bang straight in the lunchbox. Done. Speaking of Edith not being very good with her vegetables and things, vitamins are one of the things that I always order for all of us. I have some for the adults as well as for the kids. I like Bassett's, and I also really like Vitibiotics because they do a Marvel version. The kids love them, they think they're amazing. They do Peppa Pig as well, and they're all the same stuff, but they are definitely worth it for getting the kids to eat them. Let's have a look what else we've got. Toby's favourite fruit is grapes. So we always make sure I've got at least one punnet of grapes ready. Cheese strings for lunch boxes for those days when they don't have hot food and they have a sandwich. They'll take maybe a cheese string and a pepperami. And then the boys quite like mini sausage rolls and these chicken poppers. Honestly, the kids will eat them by the bundle load if they get the chance. They just absolutely adore them. Now, later on in the week, we are going to have some steak rolls. So I've ordered these. I've not tried them before. I don't know what they're going to be like. They are salt and pepper thin cut beef steaks. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to batten them out a little bit thinner than they already are. Then I'm going to slice some peppers. Edith's going to be delighted. And some onions. I'm going to wrap the steak around it, and then I'm going to cook it, and just I will fry it off, and then I'll plonk it in the oven. I think the recipe said for 10 minutes, or might even have been 8 minutes. And the steak will go nice and thin. It's got like a balsamic glaze on it as well, so the boys will really like it because they like peppers and they like vegetables. Edith will be an absolute nightmare with it, but on those instances, what I usually tend to do is give her a really small portion of the things that she really doesn't like, praise her lots when she eats them, and then give her much more of the potatoes and that kind of thing that I'll do with it. We have a chicken meatball curry for later on in the week. So I usually end up buying 2 of these chicken packets. I think they're £5 each, and I usually end up needing 2 a week, unless we're going to go for a really heavy vegetarian week, which we sometimes do. It just depends on the mood. Adam's favourite crisps at the minute are Skips, so I tend to get 2 packets of them. Toby will steal them if he gets the chance, and I'll occasionally put crisps in with their lunch bags. What else have we got? Ooh, we've got some lime, because I have a lime marinade for some chicken later on in the week that is going to go in the fajita tortillas. And I'm going to link up my meal planner for this week so that you can go and have a look at it and see if you want to copy any of the recipes, try them for yourself. What I usually do with my meal planners, and you'll see on this one, is I will do a meal planner and I will say, this is what we ate last week, this is how we found it, and give it a bit of a review so you know whether or not it was a hit with my kids. If your kids are similar, you will know whether or not it's going to work, and then you're not wasting your time if you're trying something that you just know they won't like. Adam is the pasty king, So we have 2 different types of pasties. And then I've ordered some of this. I wanted, oh, there it is. I wanted some bok choy, but I didn't have any, so I've ended up ordering choy sum. That will be for a recipe later on in the week, which is all like chicken and marinated chicken with some chopped up vegetables and noodles. I'm gonna chop them up really, really small for Edith and hope that I get away with it. Oil wise, sesame oil is the one for stir fries, curries, that kind of thing. I love sesame oil. It makes a huge difference, just the tiniest amount to a recipe. Honestly, it's perfect for marinading, perfect for cooking off stir fries. It just gives it that extra flavour. You could do sesame oil with a bit of soy sauce. Magnificent. Cashew nuts, because we have a recipe later on in the week that will have some cashew nuts in there. 2 of the big milks. That didn't come from Tesco, but I've put it in there anyway. And then later on in the week, because I need something that's going to be super quick and easy, I have spaghetti carbonara on there. So I've got a family size packet of spaghetti. It was £1, which is always a good bargain. You can never go wrong with spaghetti. The kids love it, whether it's spaghetti bolognese, carbonara, and then I've got some eggs to go in the carbonara. Carbonara is not difficult. Loads of people seem to think it's really difficult because you add the eggs directly to the sauce and you're not meant to let them scramble. I promise you, it's not as difficult as people seem to think it is, and it's well worth having a go. If you've never tried it before, lots of crispy bacon, lots of garlic and herbs and things. It's just really tasty, or you can even make it more simple than that. Bacon, egg, and the pasta, and that's it. But it's a really easy one, and it's something that my kids will almost always eat. Speaking of garlic, this is my garlic of choice. I do not buy proper garlic unless I'm doing like a roasted garlic bulb or something like that. I buy this garlic puree. It's 80p, and I use garlic in everything. I mean everything. I'll use it for my stir fries. I'll use it for, I love garlic. So I buy it like this. I don't have to peel it, I don't have to chop it, I don't have to grind it down, I don't have to bash it, nothing. It comes as a puree, easy peasy, and it's just like tomato paste, which is, yeah, perfect. Cereal wise, I have got some wheat bisques, which are Weetabix, some Cocoa Pops, some Honey Loops, and some Shreddies, and that's what I've bought for their cereal because we were more or less completely out. I've bought mushrooms, which absolutely nobody but me likes, so I will eat most of those and force them upon my family whilst they moan. Parsley goes into one of the meals this week, so I've got some parsley. I never managed to keep herb pots full. And, ooh, what else have I got? Ooh, ginger puree. The same principle applies as the garlic. Can't be doing with peeling it or anything. Some pecorino instead of parmesan. I buy pecorino because it's cheaper, and it's more or less exactly the same. Couscous, I buy loads of couscous because I like to eat couscous with my stir fries. And I think, ooh, halloumi. I love halloumi in a stir fry. Do not discount it from your stir fries. Instead of having chicken, or instead of having prawns or anything like that, I'll quite often just have veggies and halloumi. Love it. And I think that is about it. I'll link up the meal planner. Your main tips really for meal planning are think of your who, what and when. Use your shopping as something that will budget you. If you see a recipe that you really, really like, but then you add all your ingredients to your app or however you're doing your online shopping and you think, gosh, that's really expensive, then change the recipe and look for something else. That will always help you stick to a budget. And yeah, I hope you found it helpful. Let me know if there are any things that you order on yours that are not on mine. You might have thought it wasn't coming, but of course it was, because it's publication week. My book is going to be published on Thursday, which is the 29th of April. I cannot wait to see it in your homes. Don't forget to head over to Instagram and tag me at Toby and Rue with your pictures of you in the book, and I will be regramming them constantly. I'm so excited to see it on the shelves and to see it in your homes. There's loads more meal planning tips in here, recipes for those quick times, great recipes to cook with your kids, and also some hidden veggie recipes as well. So don't forget to check it out.